Welcome back, everybody. Our teams are getting warmed up and getting into the lobby. I know that one team is in a league game warming themselves up there, so let's start things off by Inkblot Academy Splat Zones. That's going to be our starting map. What's your opinion on that, IPS?
All right, so debatably one of the best Splatoon maps in the game. Probably only beaten really by Makamart, which is just god tier. Makamar's god tier, right? But when it comes to Inkblot zones, I do believe definitely that top mid is just really really important because it's a top mid that's not only used for backlines. And for example, in some maps where you get top mid, it's kind of somewhere where like the backline more wants to sit while the rest push up. But on this map, like being on top mid can get you access to the enemy team's plat. And when you have slayers like Gray and Shins, like for example, Shins can just jump onto the plat and then just start rolling around trying to get some kills. Literally, it's like same thing for like Gray. You can just get on there and just rush. So it's kind of like it's definitely going to matter at the beginning, for example, because I feel like sometimes teams just decide, okay, let's just push out right or let's just push out left. But no, you really just want to push out through mid. Try get that cap and maybe have someone get top mid, because if you can get top mid for your team and the cap and then play off that, your backline can then set up at top mid, which in this case, they might not have a backline either team, but even then, just getting that top mid to be able to play from there, for example, the junior can just throw bombs and such, is like really, really important. And it might depend on Eclipse. If Eclipse does have Kit Kat today, they might have like a heavy sitting on top of there. But even if they have Lucio, maybe not. Again, they could just sit up there. We're gonna have to see. But
so far, two members of Eclipse are Solver and Lucio are in the lobby.
Just as predicted. If we do see Dialga come in, we could see maybe a Charger come in, and that will give them a pretty good advantage here on this map if they get able to find those picks.
Yeah. I personally play on a team that permanently runs no backline. Like, we just do not run backline at all. And, playing it to back on Inkblot zones is definitely a struggle, especially trying to get back in, because if they're just watching you on top mid, you can't just drop onto your plat, because they're either going to enable their teammate to just drop in and get some kills, or they're going to snipe you because you peek them, and you never peek a Charger because that's just a bad idea. But yeah, and even then when you're pushing up, if the Charger can set up attic and you're sitting on top mid, they could just peek 1 sec and just pick you off just like that. And in general, they can just pick off people that are just sitting around the plat. So Charger definitely gives a big advantage here, but if neither sides have it, it will definitely be more of kind of a bloodbath in mid, and like kind of just who can keep the enemy team off their plat, if you understand what I'm saying,
Oh, I do.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I say yeah, true. That is. Yeah, I mean that's a fair point. The comps are going to be relatively similar here on this map, so actually come out here. Of course, we all know Outcast is going to have the more aggressive comp, and so yeah, we'll just see how it goes. And looking here in the lobby right now,
we got Dialga.
There are a lot. Yes, sir. Okay, so the lineup we predict the IPS is happening, so we're ready to go.
Yeah. So again, I think looking at both these sides, I mean the comp from Outcast Ninjas is pretty obvious. It's going to be someone like Pro, Tetras, 96, and then like Junior, or maybe a little change with 1 or 2 weapons. But the 96 and Tetris is definitely probably confirmed. I mean, on the side of Eclipse, Solver can play a range of support weapons, but he'll definitely go something with armor. Gray's definitely going on that shot. Lucio can play pretty much any splatling. Dialga, though, is the big, what is he going to play? Because, on one hand, he can be smart. He's been good with back then, and, pretty much even now, Chargers. Or he can pull Dialga and go Glucose and Dapples. So
or play Blaster or something.
Yeah, something random like that. So it's going to be really interesting to see, what he decides to play. But yeah, we do see nearly the last team is ready. The last player, which is Silver, still taking this weapon. But
with that being said, though, Ika, what do you have to say? You got to say, Ika.
I'm honestly mostly really excited that this is happening because I've been waiting for these teams to get into this. Like, there was a chance that some other team would surprise us, and I would have been psyched if the tier 3 teams had been into this match. But I was super excited. I thought it would be these teams for a long time, and just because I don't know why it's not showing up, but I believe Valorok gave us an awesome donation, and we just had Snipes royalty follow. So more, but we have to get into this now.
Right, everyone, here we go. Here we go. Grand finals. Versus Outcast. And now looking at their comps, we see Outcast Ninjas coming with their famous True Comp Junior Pro 96 Splash.
You sound like I was playing 96.
Oh.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it looked like that was a panic armor coming out on the side of Jordan out there. It's going to cost them a lot of time and a lot of penalty points when they're going to cap it. And it looks like right now Eclipse have the control. And yeah, that panic armor is going to help. So now they're just concentrating on totally not go down and hopefully can go that.
Yeah, we're going to go down there.
That was a nice job there by Gray, pushing over to the right side. And that's kind of what the point we're making earlier. He did it by himself, though. He should have really had someone go with him, but once again, Gray is just nasty. That was the vice over there, takes back to the zone. And now, I think with the pocket pressure, the quarter was awesome.
Right now is pretty much up with this back to the ball. They do find a trouble left in the water. And if Ware goes down and just that, Flash goes down, we might be seeing KO on the right.
Sure, no, it's going to be KO.
But yeah, it's going to be a KO. And Eclipse taking game 1 with a KO already. And that's really good short by Eclipse there. Getting pretty much game picks on Outcast Ninjas when they matter.
Yeah, and it was a lot quicker than I expected. Great 7 kills, popping all that we called out, but it was just so aggressive. They were just on them, and Eclipse set up a nice defense. They missed as soon as Outcast Ninjas missed that zone cap that one time, that was it. And when you're running a double armor comp, that shouldn't be the case. When one zone cap fails, you should have another armor ready. You're running double armor, so there's no way you shouldn't pop another armor as soon as one attempt fails to try to get back into the zone. And that's where Outcast Ninjas messed up at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a super awesome game.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on what happened there. But basically, I think one main thing is just pretty much anytime, like Outcast Ninjas pushed in, like they used one armor. And then they ended up really using the other one whenever, instead of really just trying to coordinate them together. And that definitely did screw them up a little bit. And, we have a host DC?
Yep, there was an emergency sub going on.
I think we can actually talk about the next map, which I'm not sure what that next map is. But, wait, let me see.
The next map is going to be Rainmaker at Snapper Canal.
Sorry, everyone here. We're having some little difficulties. But yeah, we see the maps here. We do see Snapper Canal, Rainmaker, and that will be the next map. And unfortunately, Diago did have some issues. His mom made him do something. So basically, we're going to be...
It'd be like that.
Remaking the room. Yeah, it'd be like that. So room's going to be remade. So, Eclipse can get their players in here and ready. But Snapper, Rainmaker, right. Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna say, like, the most broken character in video game history is your mom because it just have the power over you, you know. It'd be like that.
For real.
Continue.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, but as I was saying, right, Snapper Canal Rainmaker, I think, what we saw there in that game was just kind of Eclipse being able to hold and Gray just getting those picks that he needed to get. And as per usual, Eclipse just played around that while Outcast and just struggled to get back in properly. And in this game, I think Outcast is just going to have to understand, right, if we're going to defend, we need to find out where they are, right? We have to get the pick on Gray if he pushes up on us, and then we have to make sure the rest just don't catapult in as he's doing his plays, and we just need to make sure to use our specials like more coordinatedly, because you can't just pop armor and then not use it, right? If you pop armor, it has to have a use. It's not just something to we stay alive with it, or all that stuff. It's literally right. It's just you pop armor to make it a use, whether it be to hold an area, push an area, get picks you need, get that extra shot, to make sure you get the pick that you need, stuff like that. You don't want to just use it and then die, because if you use it and then die, you wasted the armor, and that's what happened a bit there for Outcast in just that first game.
Yeah, exactly. And like I called out earlier, they have 2 armors. So when you pop an armor, right, that first armor, when you try to get back in the zone, you can probably just mainly spend that time throwing your sub weapon out, throwing bombs, maybe push in, shoot at people a little. Then as soon as that second armor comes up, then you push in, you get an immediate zone cap. And it was a really nice job there on the side of Eclipse to shut that down. And then they found Winter sharking on the left. That was scary, because that's their second armor user, and Jorian was dead. So that was a problem for them. And then during that process, Blue went down one of their slayers with the bomb rush that helped them cap the zone. So at that moment, when I saw Blue go down, I knew that game was over. I said, "Oh yeah, that's done."
Yeah, we will be waiting a bit long, because I believe Outcast just went into a league game, because maybe they thought that just Dialga might have taken a bit longer. But we will be waiting, I think, a good little bit until Outcast just finished their league game. But
the question is, will this conversation last longer?
Just pretty much what you said is pretty much what happened in that first game. But
thinking
of this game, right? Do you think we might see any comp changes?
Honestly, yeah, I feel like we do need to see some comp changes, because like that K Pro 96 Junior Flash, I mean, it's a good comp, but maybe not for zones, Maybe not for zones, because it's like one of the more slower comps, I would say. It paints a lot, but it just kind of slow, a little bit too much support. Not enough aggression, I would say. If they really wanted to regression, maybe they switch to like a shot, maybe, to help them push up. And they gotta start focusing on Gray, because they can't let Gray pop off like he did that first game, or they're going to get mollywopped, going to get smacked.
Mollywopped. But yeah, like you said, it's just that comp was did have a lot of paint, but it definitely just did not have enough things, I guess, kind of aggression wise. They did have the splash, they have the pro, but other than that, 96 just doesn't kill. Winter just kills with it anyway. But they really didn't have a way to completely get in to get the picks they needed. They didn't have something to suppress Gray from just going in and getting picks. So, yeah, I feel like honestly, if they push Shins on Tetris, it will be definitely a very good advantage for them, because they just have Shins on Tetris and then just kind of run, 96 Pro Tetris in Junior. I feel like even if on zones they have a bit of a lack of paint, as long as they get the picks, and paint zone when it's most important, because they still have armor, they still have a Booyah Bomb, they still have a Splashdown. If they can at least get the zone when it's important, get the picks when it's important, I feel like they'll still be mostly fine when it comes to paint. But, yeah, I definitely agree with you that maybe the comp is a bit too slow, so they might have to change that up a little bit.
For sure. And as we see, hopefully we'll get that match started soon. I can either hurry up and get back in here. But Rainmaker Snapper, so this could be the map where, Aka Ninja has the advantage. They have an aggressive comp setup, no backline, so maybe we'll see them win this game here. Maybe we'll get a 1-1 set. One thing for sure is, I know for a fact Outcast Ninjas is not getting 5-0 swept. I don't even care about commentators' curse. They're not getting 5-0 swept. They won't allow it.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree with you there. Like, I hope they don't get 5-0 swept. That'd be, not the best way to end finals with a 5-0. I want a good set here. So if Outcast Ninjas, if you're watching this, pick up what happened in the last game. Find your mistakes, fix them up. Because, I want a game 9. Whether you win or lose, I want a game 9. I want you to put out your best fight out there. I want 110% in that game, all right? So,
Indeed.
Look at your mistakes last game. Work together as a team, because I know you guys can, I know you guys can either beat Eclipse or bring them to a game 9. I know you ain't some team that's going to get absolutely swamped by them like pretty much every team in their group, all right?
Yeah.
Give me a set to watch. Give me a set I'm going to enjoy, Outcast. Come on. But,
right.
yeah, I do believe we're just waiting on one person from Eclipse now, ironically, to join the room again. Hopefully, once they get back in, we'll be able to start.
All right.
But, yeah, I mean, anything else you want to maybe cover, Stormy, about this set so far?
Well, it's looking like one thing about best of 9 sets, like this is like the Ludi style sets, but also in Ludi are best of 9. And one thing that's important here in like best of 9 sets is momentum. You gotta obtain and hoard your momentum. And when you lose momentum, it hurts. So right now, Eclipse had momentum, right? But because their teammate had to go and do something, they kind of lost momentum. You feel me? Like the morale is kind of like just died down, So maybe that will affect how they play, but we're just going to have to see.
Yeah, as right now we are going into the second game here. Snapper Canal Rainmaker. Currently, Eclipse is leading the set 1-0. And we're about to take a look at their comps on the side of Outcast Ninjas, still with same comp. Same thing for the side of Eclipse. Both teams are staying with the same comp, Storm. What do you think about that?
I mean, you know what? For Eclipse, it worked the first time. Why not do it again? I do really wish that Lucio switched to that Nod. I feel like that would have been a better pick than a mini missile spam, because you already have a K shot that does that. So I don't see the point in doing that. You feel me? So, but we'll see how that pick wears out.
They do get the K shot though, being gray, and right now it is a fortunate situation. Missiles do come out now for Eclipse, and armor coming out for Outcast Ninjas, and both armors coming out. And we do see Silver getting picked off, maybe Blue here able to get picked on Dialga. And this is going to be the start of a push here as Lucio just trying to hold that streak. Blue here with this Booyah Bomb is going to pop his splash. Does go down the side of Outcast Ninjas. Blue going to back a little bit and be careful. But right now, Stormy, Outcast Ninjas trying to push this straight, but they might opt to change to left here now.
Exactly. And one thing I noticed at the beginning was that there's a flank. He's going to go down. But what I was saying was that there were 2 armor pops on the side of Outcast Ninjas, and they didn't really do much with it. Yeah, they got a couple of picks, but if you have 2 armors on your team, you need to push all the way up. You shouldn't be afraid of anything when you got 2 armors on your team, So I feel like that kind of wasted it. They got to start utilizing those armors more so they can get really good pushes, really good picks. Like, there is no reason why they should have pushed past at least 30 on that push, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. And we do see unfortunately there, so they go down to a bomb from Blue. But right now, still lead is at Outcast Ninjas. Not a big one, though. And I do believe they need to push a bit faster if they want to beat Eclipse, because they let Eclipse respawn there, and they were able to just get in and get the Rainmaker. If they get the picks on Eclipse, you want to move fast with that, especially when you get a pick on Gray. You want to move with that. But unfortunately, though, I think, Silver, going in and getting 2 picks on that Zap is going to help that team a lot. And Dial getting another pick. And that's pretty much a delayed weapon on the side of Outcast Ninjas. So it's definitely going to take this opportunity really, really quick. Silver just going. It's going to get down to 32. Armor coming out for Eclipse here as they're going to try to get the pop again. Shins has his bombers to the ready. Going to try to contest his pop with it. Is able to get it. And now Outcast Ninjas is going to be at the back foot. Going to have to make a push of their own. They do have Dialga now, who's now coming from spawn. And, they got to push fast. They do get the pick on Gray. Maybe going to look for a bit more picks here. They're just trying to paint this left side before they go in. Shins right now push stuff. Maybe trying to push Dialga there, but Dialga's just watching him like a hawk. And Stormy right now, it seems like Outcast just really needs to get some push going as they do get a pick on Lucio. They did 2 down, actually.
Yeah, and one thing I noticed from the side of Eclipse and during their push, they push really fast. Outcast Ninjas is playing a little bit too slow. Like, they're holding the Rainmaker there after they had 2 down. They need to start moving that Rainmaker faster, so that way they can get going. But I ain't gonna lie, Shin's here popping off, hitting a lot of picks in that situation, helping to hold it down. But Outcast Ninjas just needs to be a lot faster. They're playing way too slow, and you can't play Rainmaker slow, and that's why Eclipse is just having a really easy time right now because they're playing so much more faster than Outcast Ninjas.
Honestly, like when I saw there at one point, just picks, did really good picks like coming in from Shins, but Outcast just didn't push with it. They instead tried to push that bunker. And you don't push bunker on this map. They could have easily gone far left and just snowballed like the last two players in Eclipse, but instead they just played it really, really slow, which just again let Eclipse set up to defend a little bunker there. And we see again just Outcast just grabbing the Rainmaker. Missiles do come out from Gray though. This is going to be a chance for Eclipse to just get in and encircle the Rainmaker, but right now struggling again to mid. We do see Winter and Blue here on this left side, taking a fight against Silver and Lucio. So we're going to try go in. Might go down, though. Is going to go down to, I'm not even sure. Yeah, it was to Winter, who does actually go down to Lucio. And it's actually it's a 1v1 now between Shins and Gray here. Shin's going to decide to just keep this height advantage, just keep the pressure going. Maybe try help to get the pop there and just put pressure with that bomb rush. But again, right now, Outcast Ninjas is just taking a lot of trades, and they really, really should have taken an opportunity when they had 2 down Eclipse.
Yeah, for sure. And that bomb rush, I don't agree with that early pop, because they could have waited for him to come in, they're gonna pop together. Then they could have popped the bomb rush, to help push up on that left side, but they just wasted it, and now they're wiped, and now they're gonna have a really hard time coming back in. Because all the Eclipse have to do now is just camp.
Yeah, and we see Gray there, I think, getting 2 picks on that top right, which is going to be really, really good for Eclipse here. They might be able to increase their lead, and they do. They're getting it down to all the way below 10, and they get it to 10, and that is really bad for Outcast. Now it's even worse, and Dialga gets a pick on Dorian there, and it's just going to keep going. Dialga going to go for the Rainmaker, not going to be able to get it, though, and Shin's here going to try to watch this right side, but Gray is going to win that fight. Gray going to push the Rainmaker, gets a pick on the Rainmaker as well to just end the game, and Eclipse is now up 2-0 against Outcast Ninjas.
Oh, man. You know how I was saying that Outcast Ninjas were going to this fully confident? Maybe they were feeling a bit too confident because maybe they're playing a little bit relaxed because I've never seen Outcast Ninjas, really play like this. They're normally a more aggressive team, but now they're just kind of laying back, and now they're getting caught by surprise by Gray, by Silver. I ain't gonna lie, Silver doing a lot of work here on that end zap, getting picks, being a great support, popping armor. He's pushing up with Gray and pushing up with Dialga, getting a lot of picks, and I feel like Eclipse just adapted that double armor comp that Outcast Ninjas uses, and you'd be surprised that Outcast Ninjas doesn't know how to fight it seems at this moment.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I think the main issue, I believe, is that there's, like I said, it's like Outcast Ninjas is just playing a bit different than they usually do, and it's honestly like they were playing extremely, extremely scared, most of that game. Like at one point they had 2 down, and I just the Rainmaker was just sticking on Hill, like, bro, bro, go, move.
Yes, go.
You gotta go.
You got to go with Rainmaker.
If Shin's is slaying, like, you can get the rest of the team to start slaying as well. You could have picked off the last 2, but instead they panic and go straight up the bunker. And it's like, I'm going to be honest with you, I have not seen someone push bunker and Rainmaker since 2019 because it is the worst way to push. It is the worst way to push on that map.
You've been in X rank for
coming through here.
You've been in X rank too long, then.
Yeah.
All right, we've had a couple. We've had a couple people follow. Just want to shout them out before our next match starts because we've got Zero Kiera 00 followed, and we had Lou Hero follow earlier because next match is coming up right now. So,
okay,
get hyped again.
All
right. So right now, Eclipse 2-0 against Outcast Ninjas. Outcast Ninjas right now need to get their thing together. As they're really in a bad situation right now, and we do see. Finally, Outcast Ninjas deciding to get Shins on those Tetris for Clan Blitz Alba 4.
Yes.
And the side of Eclipse, same comp, because it has just been working. The missile pressure, the picks. It has been working so well for Eclipse here. And we're ready, right now, Stormy, what do you think is going to happen in this game as we're already starting off here?
Well, one thing that I was going to say during this break is that I want Shins to go back on those Tetris because I feel like that's his main weapon. While he gets good with that splash, I feel like those Tetris are like, just his thing. That's what he does. But Eclipse are just playing so fast. As you can see here, they're not hesitating whatsoever to go in and find picks. But a nice defense coming out, Outcast Ninjas.
Yeah, Blue, they're getting really good picks there. That is going to only allow one power climb going in, which is not optimal in clam blitz. You don't want to just put in a power climb and then dip. You want to get multiple power clams, multiple clams in, because if you just score one clam, you're giving the free pity to the enemy team, and if they build another clam, that's already lead loss, just like that. And we do see armor coming out for Outcast Ninjas. They don't have any powers right now, only the one left in spawn with the pity. So they really got to use their specials and armor here when they have the clams and when they're sure they're going to push. Blue back into this left side. Armor coming out from Winter here for Outcast Ninjas. Maybe they're going to try pushing the right here as Armor does come out for Eclipse. It's going to be a pretty big team fight possibly coming up here, as the only two special side of Outcast here is that Splashdown and that Booyah Bomb, which have not been used yet. Missile on the side of Eclipse is ready. They use one. They use two. Shin's going to splash and maybe avoid those missiles. Going to lose the power climb though, as two go down the side of Outcast Ninjas. And right now Eclipse just taking control of mid and getting the picks they need.
It just seems that Outcast Ninjas are just using their armors gonna be honest, completely wrong. Like, these armor pops are not, matter of fact, all their special pops aren't effective whatsoever, and that's why they're getting pushed back, and you just can't see them win any fights because their armor pops aren't really doing anything for them. Like, they gotta understand when to pop armor and how to do it. You pop your first armor, okay, you want to push up a little bit, let me find a pick or so. You pop your second armor, then you push. And it just seems like when they pop their armor, they're not pushing up on anyone at all. They're not being aggressive. Eclipse is the one using that double armor correctly, and they're playing really fast, and they're just finding so many situations to push them, and that's a delayed wipe on the Outcast Ninjas.
Yeah, and like you said, we were talking earlier, about how Eclipse sometimes seems to not really push with Gray, not really do much with Gray, but this time, we're seeing like Dialga, we're seeing Lucy, we're seeing Silver actually push up. They're not getting a lot of picks like Gray, but they're still getting the picks to help. They're pushing up. They're using double armor, as you said earlier, correctly. They're using double missiles correctly. They only have two unique specials, but they're just using them in sync so well that it's just completely outplaying Outcast Ninjas. And definitely something they've improved in scrims, because this was not how they were playing, just like last week and before that even then. But right now, though, Shins is going to get picked. Maybe going to find a double knock. Oh, that was Sprinkler, but okay.
I thought it was a person too, dude. Don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah, but we do see Sinistretch. They get a pick, though. And again, two armors at the ready for Outcast Ninjas. They have to use these properly. They pop one. They need to push up. Shins doing what we just said. Getting that one pick on Gray, really, really crucial there. Looking for a double here, getting it maybe on Silver. Gonna get it. It's actually 3 down on Eclipse. This is the chance for them to push. 40 clams to ready. Jordan gonna get the clam in. They're gonna need a lot more than that to keep this push going. As that was gonna draw maybe a perfect on Shins. They do get a pick on Shins, though. Getting help from the Booyah, which is gonna get one of them. More clams coming in from Outcast Ninjas. At 3 down. Blue's the last one left here, and that is probably gonna be the end of the push for Outcast Ninjas. Only getting down to 56, Stormy. And I don't know if Stormy's here, but we see right now Winter is gonna pop this arm. Is actually not gonna pop armor, so it's the Eclipse that popped armor here in mid. Gray though with the flank, might be able to find two. Is gonna find two with a trade. Really good play right there. And right now it is just kind of a mid fight between both teams. As still though, Eclipse has the lead. Right now Outcast Ninjas needs to get their specials. They gotta find a way to push up, because if they don't, this is gonna be really, really detrimental for them. We see Shins on this left side just getting pretty much pushed away by Dialga on that 96. Armor does come out for Outcast Ninjas though. It is their chance to push in and find some picks. Double armor, I think, popped though. Shins going for that pick on Dialga. Dialga's gonna have to back. They do get the pick on Gray, which is really crucial. 30 seconds left right now. 20 comes to ready. If they can make this pick on Silver, that's 2 down on the side. Eclipse, this is their time to push. Jordan's trying to get up on that block there, but he does get it in. They get another pick on Gray. Last one left is Lucio, who goes down. If Outcast can get the clams here, they get the lead down to 19, and this is very big at this late in the game. Still with control, they're still getting the picks on Eclipse here, and this might be the end of the game if they're not able to, kill Outcast Ninjas here, as they're. Well, Shins gets the pick. Shins gets that pick there. And this might be the game. No, never mind. We are going into overtime. Clam right now is being held by Silver. So Eclipse right now, they need a lot of clams and a really big push to get this back. As I said, though, Shins coming up with those Tetras, gets Silver. That's already one power clam that might die here. Jordan, though, going down that left side to Dialga. So I'm gonna try to go with this flank Not sure if a clam, I believe out overtime did run out there, and Outcast Ninjas looking like they were struggling that whole game. But then they just came back at some random point and just got the picks they needed. We have 20 kills coming from Shins on those Tetras. I bet he regretted going Splash those last 2 games. Isn't that right, Ika?
I cannot believe the splats on that. That is just an obscene amount of splats. That is a solo queue. One side has a smurfing player. Like, I'm still down in the S and S plus ranks. I see someone with 20 splats. I assume that they should have been an X rank if they're on a different account. That was amazing. And that was such a comeback. That was, I don't even know how to say it properly. It was, Outcast Ninjas are not out of it yet.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I do believe, unfortunately, don't know where Stormy has gone, but he is muted currently. So, Ika, if you would to join me, just
I will
hop
absolutely
in on this commentary.
In. I'm the backup commentator. Right, I'm the streamer. That was just. Yeah. There are no words for how amazing that they were behind so far. Eclipse pushed to 28, which is just so hard to come back from, and they had to get 2 great pushes to make up for that, and they got them. That's what matters here. They got those pushes.
Yeah, they got those 2 pushes in the end, and that was really good. And Shins on those Tetris did so much work. And I feel like that game at the beginning they were kind of misusing their armors again, but near the end there, finally Shins was like, you know what? I'm a Tetris. If I get armor, I'm a rolling tank. I can just run in, take like 20 shots, and just get a bunch of picks. And that's what he did. Because even if he died, he goes down with 2 or 3 picks. It doesn't matter. To a Tetris, their whole game plan is go in, get picks, die, rinse and repeat. And that's what he was doing. And with armor, it helped him so much. Because finally he decided to use those armors. Even Blue and Winter, they were getting picks themselves. And I feel like now if Outcast Ninjas keeps playing like this, Eclipse is going to be really, really stumped because they were getting a lot of picks in these first 2 games, and they were just outplaying, they were outplaying with the double armor against Outcast. And I do believe we're actually getting, we are getting.
Yep, we're already in the next game.
Yeah, Outcast we have, both sides, I believe, still running the same comp, so no changes in that sense. It is TC Ancho, so right now both teams just going to be neutral, and we're going to be seeing, we do see armor though, and 10 missiles coming out from Eclipse, so they're going to be the first ones popping their specials. And if they don't get anything with this here, counter armor coming from Outcast Ninjas here, and right now, just still no pace. As I say that though, Diagonal does go down. Armor coming out from Silver does get thick on Blue, and there's currently people on the left side. I think Silver just on in a massive bluff fight. And Silver gonna jump in there with that splash down. Not Silver, sorry. Shins jumping in there with that splash. I believe getting the pick on Lucio, but even Gray then, just Eclipse. Yeah.
Yeah, Gray just got a double.
The picks they needed, Ika.
Gray just got a double, but it looks like no one really has much of an advantage here. They reached the first checkpoint, but all members of Outcast Ninjas are up to defend it, so I don't know if they'll get past it. And at this point, getting past 1 checkpoint or even 2 checkpoints, that doesn't mean much. You can get any sort of comeback from this one. There's a million ways to defend and a million ways to attack here.
Yeah, unfortunately, right now it seems like Outcast Ninjas is really struggling to defend properly, or they're kind of just going in, hoping for the best, as we saw a bit of a Blue going down, but finally they are pushing out Eclipse here, as armor does come out for Eclipse though. Shins with this splashdown, maybe gonna look for some picks, is able to get the assist there. And right now with pretty much 2 down, 1 coming for spawn for Eclipse, it's the chance for Outcast to finally push up. Oh, well there's Stormy. Well, Stormy, come on, jump back in and tell us what's going on this game.
Man, as far as I can see, it seems that Outcast Ninjas is being completely shut down when it comes to pushing in on the offensive. And Eclipse are just holding aggression completely with this double armor. They're using it very well. And Outcast Ninjas just needs to find a way to stop them from pushing up. The Alga is being a massive threat, being a massive thorn to their side, and they need to start focusing on the Alga and Gray more if they want to have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, we just see now finally 3 down in the side of Eclipse there as they're going to be coming for spawn, but they got to find the paint here. They see Gray. Gray sharking. Get Gray. He is on his own, and they do get that pick. That is a really strong pick there. And basically staggered respawns now for Eclipse, and right now this is a chance to get control needed if they want to get all the way to where Eclipse has gone to, but Armor does come out for Eclipse though, which is going to pretty much push them back. Shin's just maybe trying to get control of this right fan. Armor again coming out for Eclipse, but Silver does go down to a bomb, I believe. Armor coming out for Outcast Ninjas now. Booyah Bomb as well from Blue. This might be a lead shift if they keep pushing. Missiles do come out though, which will suppress the push a little bit. Blue going down. Shin's though getting one, and I believe, Winter getting one though. Splash coming from Shin's here. It's pretty much a 2v3, but they're not able to win it, and Eclipse stopping the push just before the lead take. Really solid defense by them. Those missiles and just putting enough pressure on Outcast to stop them.
Yeah, in that situation, like, the execution on that Outcast Ninjas has to be better. Like, in that situation, you get lead. Like, they're looking above that map, that bird eye view, there's no way they shouldn't have got lead. After that splash down, Shin should have found a couple of picks there, but sadly, apparently Eclipse is just that good, that to where they just prevented a team like Outcast from getting that first really good push. And now Outcast Ninja needs to push back in quickly. They need to start playing faster, because if not, their time is going to run out. They'll end up losing this game too.
We do see though Winter, I believe, getting a double. Silver now the last one left. Splash to get that pick on Silver. This is a wipe now. Gray gonna be coming in here, maybe gonna try stop them as soon as possible, but he's gonna get pushed back by Blue there. Booyah Bomb at the ready, no checkpoint to stop them. This is a chance for Outcast.
Gray goes down.
The pick on Gray. This is massive here. Jordan right now is riding this out for the lead. Does pop on our first team. We might be seeing Jordan though going down to a bomb. Lucio just jumping in, is gonna go down, and this is just a massive team fight here, but this might be a lead shift as long as they stay on tower. Just Outcast though, they have to stay on tower to get this lead. They're just going down, and they're not be able to get the lead. They just had to stay on tower.
But Winter is still alive though, finding picks, but no, they had it. Like, they have to stay on tower. Like, it just seems that the team coordination play and the objective play of Akademi just wasn't there, and now they have one more shot here. They need to get on the tower. They need to get this lead if they want to keep their hopes up alive and winning this set.
Yeah, for sure. They don't really have much map control in mid right now, and Eclipse just playing it smart. They're staying back. They're not letting, Outcast Ninjas have any picks. Although they do get a pick on Silver on that right fan, though, there's a chance. They have to start pushing in here. They can't just wait. Although Winter does go down, Gray is still just vibing around mid. They're not really picking them off, and that's two downside Outcast Ninjas here. It might be the game with those missiles as well. And it's going to be game, and Eclipse here is going to pretty much put up the set to 3-1 now, and this is really, really bad for Outcast Ninjas. They still have to win 4 games to take the set, and Eclipse just sitting on having to win 2, and they had it there, but they just didn't ride the tower.
Yeah, they had twice, right? Well, I felt like they should have taken that lead back. There was that first push, it didn't get lead, whatever. Even though they should have got it, it's whatever. But that second push right there, there's no way you don't get it. It's a 4v2, and you're at least at 53, right? Yeah, you get lead. I don't understand what stopped them from getting on a tower situation. In that situation, you have at least 2 people on that tower, right? You don't have that 2 people, but you have at least 2 people on that tower. You make it go faster. So that way you can get to that point quickly before your opponents respawn. And then as soon as you take that lead, then get off and find some picks. And it just seems that Eclipse just seems to be at a higher level of play compared to Outcast Ninjas at this moment.
It was just really unfortunate. They just not stayed on tower. I believe it was Shins that got off the tower the second they could have taken lead. And I get your Tetris, you got to push up, but you got to think, I can take the lead here. You take the lead. You don't go for kills, because if you don't get those kills, then it makes it even worse. And it was just such an unfortunate moment. But, Outcast Ninjas definitely has been playing better than those first 2 games. They're not out of this completely as, what is the next map that's coming up?
Sturgeon Shipyard Rainmaker. Sturgeon.
They're definitely not out of it. They're definitely not out of this, but Outcast, man. If any of you is watching this, listen. Focus objective, please.
Yes. Please focus objective. And this is just us being open here as, higher level Splatoon players. It's you have to focus. Get out of your head. You are a strong team. So you just need to, go for it. And Eclipse seems like they finally pulled themselves together for this last matchup of the Academy Finals.
Yeah, for sure. And now on Rainmaker Sturgeon Shipyard, once again, same comp coming out of Eclipse, same comp coming out of Outcast Ninjas. At this point, what's the point of talking about the comps? Because they're pretty much deciding on what they're going for the rest of the set. But, both teams right now are just pretty much, again, just staying neutral. Believe Pop might go to Eclipse, though it will. And Jordan on this right side. Armor does come out for Outcast Ninjas. They do have an other armor to pop in. Shins, though, goes down that Tetris, and Dialga is going to lose the one when he gets... Sorry, Dialga going to push Jordan there. Going to get the win, fight win. And now it's already 3 down for Outcast Ninjas. And Eclipse here is just going to immediately just start pushing. They're already on that top left past pretty much the 60-point mark. And this is, not the end of the world for Outcast Ninjas. But they got to bounce back quick or else this isn't going to be good for them.
Yeah, and, I'm just noticing now that Tetris switch that Shins made was really good for them. I feel like if they were playing Tetris the entire set, they would have had like a better chance of winning the rest of these games. But I feel like if Eclipse can get it down to a point, and you can't go back to the Rainmaker, this isn't good. He's in a bad spot. If he dies here, this will be a problem. But if Eclipse can get it to a point down past 30, I don't see Outcast winning this game. I don't think Outcast has the capability to push past 30. I don't think they do. Not right now, not at this moment. So they got to play a strong defense and a better offense as they're just stalling way too much.
Yeah, right now, Shinzer with this Rainmaker, he's better off just jumping it off because if Eclipse just... Okay, yeah, he's going back into mid, which is a smart play, but, still just picks happening in mid right now. And, Outcast Ninjas have had this Rainmaker for so long. They've wasted like a minute nearly of just not doing anything. And that's the main thing that's hurting Outcast Ninjas right now. They're playing too slow. They're not doing enough. They have to do more. Rainmaker finally goes down. Blue, they're getting a good pick on Dialga, though. If right now Outcast Ninjas can try hold mid and not let Eclipse get a push off that, they can make a push their own soon, but they cannot go backwards. Outcast Ninjas are starting right now. They got to go forwards. They got to put the pressure. We've seen them do it before. They got to do it now in the most important set of the year. And, we see right now 1 down, being the mini on the side of Eclipse. This is their chance now. They might be able to get the pick up. That's now pretty much 2 down with 1 on respawn for Eclipse. They are getting another pick on Gray. And Stormy, this might be the opportunity for them to push.
Yeah, it might be. They might look to push down on that right side, or they're going to go top left. They're so indecisive right now. You got to be quick. When you pick up the Rainmaker, know which direction you're going and go for it. You can't be so indecisive, but they will decide to push top left. So, but maybe they can find some picks here. But it just seems like they're not able to find it, and it Shin's the last one.
Again, just Outcast Ninjas, stop being indecisive. You got to go. They got on that top. They had the Rainmaker, and they just let Eclipse respawn and get control of their snipe. You can't do that. You're not going to be able to push after that. You got to get those picks and then just go. You can't just wait. And now with Outcast Ninjas being 2 down, this might just backfire on them insanely hard unless they can hold that control of that left side here.
Yeah, then Armor is out on the side of Eclipse, so maybe they're looking to push up maybe. It just seems that Outcast Ninja is not playing with that same confidence we've been seeing them all season. And we're not saying this because they're losing. We're saying this because we're just noticing it, And they need to find that confidence, find that heart, and find that will to win, and they can just turn this set around. And Eclipse is finding their groove, and they're getting way too comfortable. And Outcast Ninja will find a way to respond to it.
Outcast is right now, 1 does go down. Shins is taking the fight against Silver in mid. Right now, he needs some help to be able to get these picks on left. He does get a pick on Silver, which is really, really good. But right now, with this pick, Outcast Ninjas has got to push up. They got to put pressure on that snipe if they want to take down Lucy. They were just camping there, waiting for the Rainmaker to stroll into his path. As right now, just, Outcast Ninjas holding their snipe. They do get 1 pick, though. Finally, the jump on left does happen. But with 2 pressure from the snipe there, he might go down, but Jordan, though, staying alive. Now with the thing down, he might actually be able to go.
Oh, he got the lead!
He got the lead, and that is pretty huge right now. It's only a minute left. Anything that can happen still, but really good just push by Outcast. They're just able to get that lead, but they got to defend really, really well now. This whole game, they haven't necessarily got completely wiped by Eclipse in like an offensive sense since the beginning of the game. So if they can just keep that rhythm going, Blue goes down, but if they can keep that rhythm going, they can take this game, and 2 of them are down right now, which is really, really bad for them. Winter right now got to stay alive with that armor, and he goes down with the armor, And right now Eclipse is pushing apart. The pick, I think, coming from Dorian there to pick off the Rainmaker. Gonna give some time for Outcast to get back into position. They gotta get that guy on that top left right now. They cannot waste time. Silver right now trying to start. He's gonna drop down. He's gonna go down there. That's actually down right to the side of Eclipse. And this might be the win for Outcast Ninjas here if they can just keep stalling and not let the grab for the Rainmaker from Winter. And that's gonna be game. Outcast Ninjas taking game 5. And we are now 3-2, ladies and gentlemen.
It's like I talked about. Momentum is so important here and now. Outcast Ninjas getting a shift momentum in a direction. They gotta push offense and keep going because they're just struggling so hard against Eclipse. Eclipse is playing out of their minds at this moment. And for Eclipse right now has their foot on their throat. You don't want to let their foot off their throats because if you take that foot off Outcast Ninjas' throats, they will make you pay because they'll put the foot on your throat. So now Eclipse is looking to win this game here and put them out for good.
Yeah, and it is 3-2 right now. This Outcast, it may be down a game, but they can still win this. And Eclipse right now is looking for that win right here coming up to this game 6. And if they can get that win, that you're down 4-2 in a best of 9, and that is not at all a optimal situation to be in. And so far, the 2 games Outcast have won have been basically at the end through a really good play. But, they got to think, right, what did we do when we got those leads, when we got those really good pushes? Let's do that the whole game, And I swear, Stormy, right? If I see Outcast one more time get 2 picks and sit there and do nothing, I am going to lose my mind.
Listen, y'all. It's Academy Finals. The gloves are off. We've been way too nice to some of these teams, and us as being high-level players, we know how Splatoon is supposed to be played. Seeing this, that's it. The gloves are off. It's time to be honest. And Outcast Ninjas, you're playing way too slow. And Eclipse is just playing a lot faster than you in these situations. You got a few lucky leads and wins at the last moments, and you just can't live off of that. You're not going to live off of that. This isn't deadlock. You are playing against an amateur, almost team.
All right, let me interrupt before we go into the next match. We had we had a subscriber, CG 4004, that I didn't call out earlier. Kisami Katsuni followed. Saber SPL followed. Donut Gal, thank you very much for your follows. Sorry I didn't say them sooner. I have been too busy muting myself so you don't hear me screaming these matches. Because that's all I'm screaming. And I'm going to mute myself again.
Now, Stormy, this is the map I was talking about earlier. Bloodbath.
Yes.
Bloodbath. And you know what? If Outcast Ninjas can get control and just get the picks they need and play fast and play the game.
Try.
Yeah, they can win here. And we're on Black Belly zones right now on the side of Outcast Ninjas. Same comp as Jordan on that try for this map. Meanwhile, Eclipse, once again, same comp, nothing's changed. And we see Jordan now, instead of going for top mid, he's going to take that right flank at the beginning. Silver just paying his zones currently. Shin's going to drop on him to try to put some pressure on him, but might get cut out here by the rest of Eclipse as Outcast is already losing one member, being the pro, and this is already kind of a struggle here as 2 down on Outcast Ninjas. And right now, Eclipse with the beginning control of the game, as Armor does come out for them as well, Stormy.
Yeah, indeed, and Outcast Ninjas are playing really well here. Seems like they got someone butt up in the corner. They're going to find a pick there, and this is huge. And if Outcast Ninjas can keep playing like this, then who knows what can happen.
Yeah, Outcast right now, those 2 of them stuck in a corner. They're going to have to move quickly here if they want to maybe get that cap and not go down and be in a disadvantage. As I say, right now, 3v3 situation here. They do get the control of the right zone, but they got to get control of that left side as well on this map. Shin's trying to paint so, but is going to get control as Armor does come out for Eclipse here. And also for Outcast Ninjas. And, right now, Outcast Ninjas getting control of that top mid, but they got to paint the zone. And they do get it for a little second to at least put a penalty on Eclipse. That is not going to be enough as they're going to need to get lead. Shin's here now finally maybe dropping down to maybe make some plays. And they do get a pick on the mini, which is pretty crucial here. And with one behind the wall, they're, Outcast just got to push up. They got to do this. Like right now, Eclipse is on the back foot, and with 3 of them on left, they got to keep putting that pressure. Armor does come out for Eclipse, though, Stormy. And we see Temis on Winter now as he's going to have to back up a little bit, which isn't going to be that good for them. And right now, Eclipse trying to paint the zone, but Outcast is holding on. If there's 2 down on the side of Eclipse, this is gonna be a chance for them to keep zone and even push up and get more picks. Right now, Winter putting pressure on Dialga. Might go down the Silver though, who is good trade by Winter there. 3-3 situation right now. And, right now Eclipse might be able to actually push back with that pick, but Armor does come out from Dialga. They're going to try to get pick on Shins. They're really good pick on Shins there now, and they're going to be pushing in again.
Eclipse is just a few strong pick away from getting that zone, and yes, they managed to cap it, stuck them, working down their own penalty, getting the other teams off. They're all locked up on the top while the other team's 2 members down. Not pushing up enough. Or maybe they're just trying to finalize their hold up there.
Yeah, and right now we see there's actually 2 down on the side of Eclipse right now. It's time for Outcast to actually push in and get some picks. Shins here with this splash. I'm going to pop it in top mid. Not really going to be able to find much with it right now. Whoever's on that top mid is just moving around Outcast Ninjas. So although the cap does go to Outcast Ninjas, those 2 in right now. This game is kind of just a massive fight in mid.
Yeah, it's like what you called out before this set started. You said, oh, it's a wipe though. This could be huge. But like you said, before this set started, Black Billy was going to be an absolute bloodbath. And here you are, your words coming to life. This is an amazing game. A bunch of fun going on. Both of these are going at each other's throats. And now we're going to see which team has the better all-around aggressive play.
Yeah, we do see though Outcast is going to lose lead here finally. But, Eclipse, Outcast has been able to win fights and go in. But they haven't been really keeping control. And again, like you said, they haven't really been putting much pressure on Eclipse. And as I said, though, they do get 2 picks. Like, this is a chance that Outcast Ninjas has to start pushing up. Shins trying to push up on Dialga, but Dialga's going to get that pick. And without even getting the zone cap, this is really, really bad for Outcast Ninjas. As 3 of them go down.
Yeah, it is bad. Dialga's just getting... I know Dialga's going to die there, but Dialga's showing that he is probably one of the better players here in the Academy League. And he's just going in here, maybe looking for picks here. But Outcast Ninjas need to find a way back in. They do find a pick on the Zap, so maybe they can find a way in here. They do cap the zone, and right now they need to go into an extreme lockout phase. And I love this map. I love Black Billy Zones. This is a super fun map to play. Extreme lockout is when you don't let the team back in at all, and that's what Outcast Ninjas do with 50 seconds left.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jordan does go down right now. It is a 3-4 situation. Weebomb thrown by Outcast Ninjas. They only really have the splash you need to play around with, and Eclipse just stalling that zone, which is really not good for them. And Blue gonna go down to a suction bomb on top mid. That's another one down on Outcast Ninjas, and it's gonna be probably capped for Eclipse. And splash down by Shins here is not gonna get canceled, but only gonna be able to shave those armors off. Really good armor by Eclipse to survive that splash down. And right now Outcast Ninjas still trying to get back in, and unfortunately Winter goes down, but Silver goes down on top mid though. This might be able to help control shift to the side of Outcast Ninjas, but they got to get Dialga off that top mid if they want to do anything. Because he's going to drop down here, get 1, maybe look for 2 here, help with his teammates. I was going to get 2, and this is 3-0 situation for Outcast Ninjas Stormy, and this might be the end of the game.
It is going to be the end of the game. Eclipse is going to go up 4-2, and it's just when you think about it, Outcast Ninjas have themselves in a situation here. You're down 4-2. You lose 1 more game. That's it for you. You got to win 3 games in a row. And maybe that just seems a too tall of an order for them. And they wouldn't have found themselves in this situation if they just played faster in those other games. Like, I feel like this map here, I can't hold it against Outcast Ninjas. They tried hard. This map was like a snowball. You can go either way. But those past games, like the Anchovy game and that Rainbreaker game, if they just played so much faster there, they wouldn't have been in a situation. It would have been reversed. Eclipse would have been in a situation. But now they're on their last foot. They're back against the wall. Are they going to push back? We've seen earlier this season, Outcast Ninjas always find a way to come back with their backs against the wall. So let's see if they can do it here.
Yeah, like I said, it's just, I feel like both teams, this isn't a matter of mechanical outclass or complete outclass. The 2 teams are definitely close, but Eclipse right now is just a better team off the fact that they're just pushing up more. They're playing together more. They're playing as a team more. This is honestly, I think, the first week we've seen where Gray is doing a lot of work, yes, but we have Dialga, we got Lucio, we got Sulfur, just working together with Dialga. They see Gray pushing 2, they see Gray pushing 3, they're like, yo, let's join in on that fun, and they get those picks as well. And Outcast Ninjas can't seem to handle that. And same comp for Outcast Ninjas, same comp for Eclipse. This is match points for Eclipse right now. They get the dub in Academy tier. Tower control Starfish. Let's go, Stormy.
Yes, indeed. Let's go. This is one of the bloodiest maps in the game. Tower control Sturgeon. I mean, not Sturgeon. I'm stupid. Starfish. This is going to decide it whether will Outcast Ninjas keep their hopes alive of winning the Academy Tier League. They want the respect. I think Eclipse was just tired of being disrespected. Everyone looking at Outcast Ninjas like they were like such a good team, and they want people to realize that they were a better team from the start.
Yeah, and already a wipe on Outcast Ninjas, and Eclipse just wasting no time with their push. Lucio popping the missiles, gonna ride tower here, as right now just already going through that first checkpoint. Outcast Ninjas still with 0 KA for all their members. They gotta do something and quick, or else Eclipse are just gonna instantly snowball Stormy.
Yeah, exactly, and it's just Eclipse recognized they have their foot on their throats, and now they're not letting up. They're keeping the pressure up, and now Eclipse here might just have to end the game early if they keep playing like this. They have their foot in their throats. They're not going to let up. They're not going to step off the gas, and they're just going to keep going at them and let them know that if you want to beat us, you got to sacrifice dang near your own life to beat us.
Yeah, and we just see right now, Outcast just seems to be all over the place. They can't really get a footing here. As I said, though, they do get 2 down final inside of Eclipse, but Shins does go out in the mini. So now Outcast Ninja's chance. They got to paint mid. Armor might have been a little bit early. They got to get a pick on Dialga mid. They do get a pick on Dialga. They got to find Gray here, sharking a little plot of blue ink there. Kind of just hoping he's just hanging on. Hoping not to get caught, but that armor is going to expose him. And he's going to have to back up here. But Silver, with the help of Silver, as again, working as a team, is going to get that pick on Shins. And then Gray gets 2. Maybe looking for 3 here. He's trying to fight against Blue, but Blue's going to clutch out that fight. Not going to give him the clip today. And Blue right now and Outcast Ninjas finally getting the picks they need to maybe start a push. And yes, again, this is their turn to push here, Stormy.
Yeah, it's their turn. They have the specials ready. They got the Booyah Bomb ready. They have Splash now. They're going to have armor soon. We know that Winter and Junior are charging those armors. And if they play their cards right, they got to get lead. And Outcast Ninjas needs to get lead here. They can't wait for another push. They need it here to get the momentum going. He's going to splash on the tower. Let's see how it goes.
Fortune Jordan does go down in the tower, though. Missiles coming up for Eclipse. They also pop armor, though. 3 situations still right now. One is just weighing on that top left diagonal, holding that. Lucia also holding that snipe, and they're just going to pretty much outpaint Outcast Ninjas and make him go all the way back. Dial getting a pick on Blue there, and this already might be the end of the Outcast Ninjas push. Unless they can corner in here on Gray there, but nah. Yeah, Gray's instead going to take out Shins, and that is really tough for Outcast Ninjas there. They had the specials and the resources, but, Eclipse just waited patiently and stayed on their, pretty much they're just perched on their top left and then the snipe. And I think Outcast is going to have to basically use their specials on those areas to make them move.
Yeah, exactly. And they just got to keep the momentum going. And you know what? I'm about to do a little thing here because on Twitter, I remember getting added by the Outcast Ninjas account, right? To where they were talking about, how they were, ready to, go into this league and possibly win it, how they beat Eclipse 6-0 in the scrim, right? It seems like the tables are turning on them right now. So, Outcast Ninjas, y'all made that tweet. I want to see something,
Yeah, and, as they unfortunately say, scrims don't count. You don't win scrims. They are practice. And right now, they're not really playing to what happened in those scrims because Eclipse just keeps on pushing, keeps on putting on that pressure. And Outcast Ninjas is really not getting out of that grasp.
Yeah, they're not. And they're just getting clobbered by the teamwork here from Eclipse is what we talked about. It's what they weren't doing in the season, and they're doing it right now. They're just hopefully trying to pick fights. And if they keep this up for 45 more seconds, they are going to be our Academy League champions.
Yeah, and, with 40 seconds left, Outcast Ninjas just keeps going down. Gray and Silver and just all of Eclipse just keeps getting the picks. Anytime, Outcast tries to even move up. And, Blue on this right side with this K-Pro, trying to at least put some pressure on the person flanking right. Armor gonna come out. Though does get picked up by Dialga. They can get 2 here. That's 2 down now. Finally, on the side of Eclipse. This is the chance for Outcast Ninjas. Their final chance. They got 15 seconds here, right? They don't make the push here. That's their season. That's their second place. All right, and I know one thing, Stormy. Everyone hates second place, including you. And right now,
for sure.
And, right now, blue here on this cape. We're going to get another pick that's actually 2 down on the side of the Eclipse.
The tower! They're focused on the tower!
Yeah, they do have Guibam at the ready. Also, just great coming in. You're going to get 2.
It's just...
Pass it down. And that is it.
Eclipse! Just taking the Academy League Finals, putting Outcast in his inner place, letting them know scrims don't matter, telling them it doesn't matter, winning the Academy League, and they are going to be our Academy League champions. And sadly, Outcast Ninjas, they play hard all season. They are such a strong team. But, the better team prevails, and congratulations to Eclipse.
Yeah, just Eclipse. Now you're WTP, Splatoon 2, Academy Tier champions! And,
yes, sir.
Holy crap, that was...
Outcast Ninjas, came in today. They played their hearts out. It's the finals. You're just gonna play the best you possibly can. But, in the end, I think today what Eclipse proved was 3 things. First thing, they have the better mentality. They did not shift at all. Even when they lost those 2 games, like, okay, we're still ahead. We're still going to win this. We do not care. And they just kept on going and and just put on that pressure onto Outcast Ninjas. I mean, Outcast Ninjas, they really seemed to be scared, and on those Rainmaker games especially, we saw they were just too indecisive when they were pushing, and that might have costed them, the set here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the second thing is just team play. Outcast and just sometimes seem to be really disconnected, not really playing together. I saw sometimes, for example, Winter, Ray 96, right? Really great player.
Yeah.
Well, you can't go 96 can only do so much. You're a slow weapon that cannot paint a lot, below their feet. And if you go against 2 people, you're going to probably die. And
yes.
One major, and I think the last major thing that Eclipse proved today, that, you already mentioned, but Outcast Ninjas, don't talk smack on Twitter about scrims. You don't win a scrim. You don't lose a scrim. It's practice for a reason. Scores don't mean anything. And Eclipse came in here and proved that, winning 5-2. No hate to Outcast, though. You live and you learn. That's how it works,